Alright, welcome back to Hot Topics TV, y'all. If you've never been here before, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified every time a new video goes up on Hot Topics TV. And you already know, if the topic is hot, we are on it. Okay, baby, won't you come my way? Who remembers that? Who remembers You're My Trap Queen? We talking about Fetty Wap, man. Where is Fetty Wap? A lot of people been asking, yo, didn't he catch a huge drug case? Where did Fetty Wap go? We saw videos or also pictures surface of Fetty Wap behind bars. Yes, Fetty Wap has been locked up for quite some time now. But there's a new headline out that says Fetty Wap's drug sentencing in his drug trafficking case will have to wait. Let's find out what's going on with Fetty Wap. So, despite having one of the most viral songs on social media for 2022, Sweet Yams, which I did not know was Fetty Wap's song, rapper Fetty Wap will still have to face the music in 2023. And here we are in 2023. Shout out to MSN for this one. In August, the New Jersey rapper pleaded guilty to conspiracy to possess and to distribute 500 grams of more of cocaine in an interstate drug trafficking case. They have been tracking them from California back to New Jersey and all this other stuff. And they had determined that a large amount of Fetty Wap's money did not actually come from rapping and doing shows and his music. Actually, he was taking that money and flipping it into drug money and making a whole lot more with drugs. And he had a unit of dudes that was tight as hell. In Fetty Wap's case, I don't think anybody rolled over and snitched on anybody else. Not like in the YSL case with Young Thug and Gunna and the rest of them. Anyways, he already pleaded guilty. He pleaded guilty to conspiracy to possess and distribute 500 grams or more of cocaine in an interstate drug trafficking case for which he was arrested in October of 2021. As a result, he's likely to spend at least the next 5 years in prison. Now, you got to remember, he got arrested in 2021. He sat in for a minute and then he came out on bail, right? He got out on bail and then he got locked up again. I don't know what happened there. Let's get into the details. As a result, he's likely to spend at least 5 years, at least at a minimum 5 years in prison, and a potential maximum of 40 years. Now, let's be honest. He ain't getting no 40 years, man. They're not going to give him no 40 years. However, 5 years sitting in prison, that's a lot of time. He's up there with Tory Lanez right now. Before that, Fetty Wap was set to be released on a $500,000 bond. This is what I was talking about. But a judge sent him back to jail after he was heard threatening to kill a man during a FaceTime call in 2021, which violated the terms of his pretrial release in the drug conspiracy case. Some of these dudes are so dumb, I don't even know what to say about it. Look, we live in an age and an era now where you got to stay off the internet with certain types of things. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be saying, Bobby Shmurda, leave the shit alone. Go get your money. Be thankful that you're free, not locked up behind bars. Don't let nobody draw you out of your shell where you're at. Stay in your zone and get paid. Fetty Wap was already out on $500,000 bond after he was caught with all that drugs. And he got on social media, on FaceTime, and started telling somebody how he's going to kill them. How dumb is that? And as usual, if you don't believe it, here's proof. Them people watching. So they're watching you. They just released you on $500,000 bond on a big ass drug case. You don't think they're watching you? You don't think they're watching your social media moves? You don't think they're watching who you are connected to? You don't think they're sitting there thinking, we caught the small part of it. I bet you if we get to the person who really supplies him, then we will be seeing like 100 keys. Let's stay on him. You weren't thinking that far? You on social media telling people how you about to kill them. So the judge said, hey, revoke that bond, put his ass in jail, and that's how he ended up being locked up. Now, originally, he was scheduled to be sentenced January 18th of 2023. Today is January 9th of 2023. The U.S. Probation Department asked the judge, Joanna Seberg, to postpone the hearing, and as a result, the proceedings will not take place until March, according to All Hip Hop. So Fetty Wap will be sentenced in March of 2023. Well, he'll just be sitting there for the next couple of months until his sentencing in the drug case. Leave in the comment section how much years you think they're about to give Fetty Wap. Now, he was born Willie Jr. Maxwell II. The New Jersey rapper was one of 6 men that were indicted for their involvement in the interstate drug trafficking ring. When he was arrested in October of 2021, District Attorney Timothy D. Sinney said, these defendants ran a multi-million-dollar bi-coastal drug distribution organization with Suffolk County as their home base. In other words, they were the plug. They had a bigger plug out in California. They would connect with that plug, and then they would come back and supply their section of the East Coast. They were the people to go to for that work. He continued that they were wholesale drug dealers who pumped massive quantities of narcotics into the communities in New Jersey. As our investigation revealed, they would frequently use cutting agents to process just one of those kilograms of drugs into as many as 4 or even more before it was distributed to lower level dealers. So the magnitude of this operation was enormous. Now you got to understand, the feds followed them for a while. The feds confiscated their drugs. The feds tested it. The feds followed them, watched them, seeing how they did it. Imagine taking a kilo of coke, right, and stepping on it 4 times over, and then turning 1 kilo of coke into 4, and then, or 4 times that, because you can't reproduce coke from coke. You got to go crack. So they were like reproducing crack and then putting it out to the streets to lower level dealers. And by that, they were making a huge amount of money. And this is not made up. They have proof. At one point during the mid-2010s, Fetty Wap was one of the hottest rappers in the music industry after dropping his hit single, Trap Queen, that had every hood female and some from upper echelons wanting to be the wife of a drug dealing ninja who sat in a trap whipping 2 stoves, cooking up crack for the streets. And of course, he dropped My Way, Baby Won't You Come My Way, in 2015, the former, which reached 2nd spot on the Billboard Hot 100 in May of 2015. Since then, he's continued to release music, but it has not resonated with his fans the way that I think he expected that it would. So Fetty said, fuck it. The music ain't selling. Let's get the money for these little shows that we're getting and these little appearances that we're doing. He's still getting some money from the music, residual money, but it ain't like the checks when Trap Queen and My Way were hitting when they first came out, right? So he started flipping that money into drug money, according to the feds. Recently, he did gain some tractions thanks to Sweet Yams and, of course, the TikTok generation. So people who can see their music go viral now, and if you own all the copyrights to your stuff, you can make a whole lot of money out of it thanks to TikTok. TikTok is a faster moving platform than YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and all the other stuff that was out there before. We could take it all the way back to MySpace days. But that's not enough to keep him out of jail, right? So he's getting some money off of Sweet Yams, but he's going to have to be using that money to pay for attorney fees, to make sure, or pay off whoever he got to pay off, to make sure that he gets nowhere near them 40 years, because he is looking at 5 at a minimum, 40 at a maximum. It must be a hell of a feeling to know up front that, yo, you're going in for at least 5. That's the minimum. But at the end of the day, there's people who are going in for 55, right? And in the grand scheme of things, 5 is long as hell when you in prison, boy. But it's not that long. You have an out date. Keep your head down, do what you got to do, come back to the streets, hope you learned your lesson, and come back a better and stronger person. Maybe he needed this. Maybe he needed this to cool off and to become more creative again and to come up with some more hits like Trap Queen and My Way. I don't know, but for the Fetty Wap fans out there, that's what's been happening with your star, Fetty Wap. Leave your comments in the comments section below and I'll get back to you on the next video. It's Hot Topics TV. You already know if the topic is hot, we're on it. Hit that subscribe button. I'm out. Peace.